And in reality, everything matters to us and nothing matters to us. I found myself like looking at all of these things that I have purged, judging myself for having cared about those things. Judging myself for having wanted to have had worldly success. Judging myself for having wanted to buy new clothes and have more money. And judging myself for having wanted these things. And then, of course, because I judged myself, like judging other people for that. Finding myself judging entrepreneurs on Instagram for like really promoting wealth over well-being, and how that doesn't serve me. Like judging anybody is judging myself and vice versa, and really desiring to let that go. Just to honor anything I've ever wanted, and honoring anything that has ever felt important to me, and also honoring the parts of me that are angry about it.
I was just thinking about selling my guitar because I'm selling my guitar. I haven't cleared all the way yet because I wanted to record. I felt into what I felt the pain would feel like to listen to all those old songs that I wrote that I felt like were really beautiful. And I was feeling into like, why would I feel pain listening to something that's so beautiful to me? When I felt into it, it was more about me being the God aspect of looking at my child, who is such talent, and not being able to make something happen for my child. Like really just honoring my child's journey, and feeling very sad about not being able to help my child like realize their dreams. And this child was me. And that was the pain behind my music. It was a really beautiful clearing. I cleared, that it was wrong to not realize like your every creation to its full potential. But I also cleared that it was wrong to realize every one of my creations to its fullest potential. The fears are if and when we do realize the full potential of our creations, that they will be lost, and then we'll have to grieve them, grieve their loss. So it's better just not to. What we don't realize is that either way we grieve from losing something we've had in physical reality, and we grieve that same grief from not having it at all.
We're about to delete my Instagram account. 4,200 followers. I've already queued up on the delete your account page. Permanent delete my account. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Are we happier now that we got deleted? Yeah. The interesting thing about that is when my Facebook account got deleted, it wasn't my conscious choice. And so there was this feeling of somebody took something away from me that I needed, and this was like, we'll see how I feel tomorrow. But I just felt right. And I got to do it with my friend Shalico. And my friend Bodhi. So it is 2 days after I deleted my Instagram. The biggest initial feeling was relief, right? It was just like, I don't have to do that anymore. Then I had, a couple people message me, and like my sister, for instance, and what happened to your Instagram, and is it okay? Are you okay? My response was different for each time, because in each time I responded, I was feeling differently about it. I feel this relief of like, somebody's watching me that I don't want to watch me. Somebody's kind of like creeping off my energy. And the thing is, when you have a public profile, when you have a business profile, you're not allowed to put it in private mode. If you have a business profile, it has to be public. So that felt good to just release that energy of like, sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me. you know, like that energy. I like having more control over that and not feeling like somebody's peeking in on my everyday life, which is, I get, you know, the kind of the point of Instagram, and it was the initial point of Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, none of which I'm on. You know, there was a moment of, I'm not a part of the group anymore. I'm not included anymore. I'm not going to know what's happening. You know, I'm not going to get all the invites to the event. You know, I'm not going to be able to see like what my sister posts about my nephews and what my niece posts about her life, which felt really important to me. It was a very clear decision, as in like I felt that it was what was best for me because it felt right. And I made sure to clear the energy around that it was wrong before I did it. But there were, you know, benefits, to be fair. Like, I probably had that account for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, and I had almost 4,000 posts. And if you think about the time it takes to post, for me anyway, it took me probably, you know, 45 minutes to an hour to post because I really took my time with the content. I wanted the content to be really solid and meaningful. So when you put that together, like, you know, an hour times 4,000 posts, that's a lot of hours. Really good friends I've made from Instagram. I've had, you know, really great clients that I've had from Instagram. But if I put like a monetary value on like what I've made from my connections on Instagram, I'd say maybe, you know, 6 to 10 grand. And that's in 6 years of working. That's probably like an underestimation, but I'm talking about people that like I actually connected with on Instagram, that found me on Instagram, not people that found me, you know, on Google and then connected with me on Instagram. So if you were to do the math, let's give it up like the high of what I was saying, like a $10,000, like 4,000 hours of work, $10,000, I don't know, roughly $2 an hour or something, which, you know, is it worth it? And I'm not saying it couldn't have pushed harder and made more money, you know, in that sense, but it started to feel not joyful for me. And I think that's the main point. It started to feel like I had this identity that was based on who I created myself to be on Instagram. And I didn't want that. You know, I didn't want to feel like I had to post every day or even do a story. And the interesting thing is when I took this beautiful walk to the river, like I could totally take a story of this and put this on my story. And then it wasn't a sadness when I realized I didn't have my Instagram. It was a relief of like, no, like I don't have to do anything for anybody else. Like this beauty right here is for me. And I feel blessed to have the flexibility I have and the ability that I've created for myself to see the world and to take time for myself, to do things that matter to me, to be in nature, you know, and I just wanted to share that, you know, for those that I felt that had created in my mind didn't have the opportunity. But then ultimately I kind of took away from my own experience of those things, because it was almost like I wasn't doing it for myself anymore. It was almost like I was doing it for others and not for me. And so I lost the joy in it. I want to be fair and say there were moments where I was like so happy and overflowing, you know, and my cup was overflowing where, yes, I definitely wanted to share, but there were probably more moments where I was like, I felt like I had to share, which I created in my mind. Now I'm going through the process of deleting pictures off my phone. I have over 3,000 pictures on my phone. You know, I invested in this new phone with a crap ton of storage, and I realize I have pictures of 3 different partners on my phone. When I really face the idea of going through these photos and deleting these dear memories with people I love to the core of my soul, it feels so hard. But then I really go back to that part where I'm like, there's a reason why I blocked connection with these partners, is because I'm focusing on calling in who I want to be with for life and who I want to create a family with. And I'm wanting to focus that energy